Berks County-based treatment facility is teaming up with federal lawmakers to get better health care coverage for all Americans. Officials from the Caron treatment centers are joining lawmakers to push a proposed bill that would require insurance companies to treat addiction and mental health disorders the same as other chronic diseases. The bill stalled earlier this year in the House.
I'm living proof that treatment works and recovery is real. I don't want to go back to that jail cell where I woke up on July 31st, 1981, as a result of my last alcoholic blackout.
The Caron Treatment Centers, along with the Betty Ford Center, say they'll continue to push for passage of the bill.
A House Democrat and a House Republican are putting aside their political differences to promote a common cause. Rhode Island Congressman Patrick Kennedy and Minnesota's Jim Ramstad are pushing legislation that would add coverage of drug and alcohol addiction and other mental illnesses to health care programs. Kennedy says passing the Paul Wellstone Treatment Parity Act would reduce the stigma of addiction and put it in the same category as other illnesses so that millions of Americans could receive much-needed treatment.
I have an addiction. I have a mental illness, and I'm here to say, as an American citizen, that I refuse to be told that my mental illness is worth any less than my asthma, that's worth any less than any other physical illness that I might have.
Ramstad says addiction cost this country $400 billion last year alone, and 270,000 Americans were denied treatment in that time period. He says that providing greater access to treatment is not only the right thing to do, it's the financially responsible thing to do.
Two members of the Kennedy family are talking about their recoveries from substance abuse. Rhode Island Congressman Patrick Kennedy had a much-publicized stint in rehab after crashing his car this year, and today he was joined by his cousin, Christopher Lawford. The two men demanded better insurance coverage for those battling addictions.
If you had asked anybody in the late 70s or early 80s to tell you about Chris Lawford, they would have said, he's a really nice guy, and he's probably going to die. I went to my first treatment center in 1979. My insurance paid for it. If they hadn't, my family would have. Most Americans aren't so lucky.
Well, two congressmen are getting support from two addiction treatment centers in their efforts to pass a stalled bill on treating addictions. Congressman Patrick Kennedy and Jim Ramstad introduced the Paul Wellstone Mental Health Equitable Treatment Act to Congress. The bill would require insurance companies to treat addiction and other mental health disorders on an equal basis with other chronic diseases like diabetes. Today, Congressman Ramstad made a very personal appeal for its approval. The Betty Ford Center and Caron Treatment Centers hosted the press conference with the congressman.